Welcome to Destination Central. I'm Amy Forrest, and today we are discovering businesses along the Hauraki Rail Trail. Now, of course, we're starting in the beautiful Paeroa, and then we're ending our day at Waihi Beach. So let's take a look at those businesses we're off to see. We start off with Arkwrights Antiques in Paeroa, and then it's off to have some fun at Bullswool Farm and Nature Park. We drive through to the Waihi Beach Surf School. Then it's time for coffee at the Flat White Cafe. And lastly, we're off to the Waihi Beach Top 10 Holiday Park. Now it looks like we're in for a great show. So the Hauraki Rail Trail is 82 kilometres long and is one of the most accessible cycle tracks in New Zealand. It's also showcasing some of the best scenery of New Zealand, including the Karangahake Gorge and the 1.1 kilometre tunnel, which is plenty of fun. Now, the track goes along two historic rail lines and includes Thames, Paeroa, Waikino, Te Aroha and Waihi. So it's a great track for the whole family to enjoy. All right, now let's head on to our first business. If you have an eye for detail and just love discovering the most classic pieces, then your eyes will light up at Arkwrights Antiques in Paeroa. Let's explore. Hi Vivian, well a few pieces have already caught my eye, so tell me a bit about this store.
Well, Arkwrights Antiques, we've been here 20 years now, so used to have an antique shop, Alley Antiques, for 5 years, so now we've come into this for 20 years, so it's been wonderful.
Wow, 20 years, and what range of antiques can customers explore?
We have everything from jewellery, tools, a lot of bone china, which people love, dolls, toys, clothing, hats, gloves, you name it, we've got it. Okay,
so what is unique about the pieces that you on sale?
Well, the fact is that everything that we buy is unique because we're buying it off people who don't want it and selling it to people who do want it. So we're just recycling in actual fact. So there's just all sorts. You never know from one day to the next what's going to come in the door.
Great, okay, so Vivian, can you talk us through a few standout pieces in store?
Well, yes, there's so many actually, I don't know where to start. I've thought about this for days thinking now what have we got, but there's so many different pieces from china, musical instruments, we get some wonderful old tools, cutlery sets, and now with all the TV shows around cooking, we have a lot of kitchenalia, the enamel, just cooking utensils that people love to have around, old gem irons, they're very popular. And of course crown lin. Crown lin's one of our most popular things. One of the most exquisite things I have in the shop at the moment is this mask that was dug up after or during World War II when the men were digging trenches in England. And this guy dug up this mask, which is fabulous. It weighs 6.5 kgs, it's bronze. And I'm actually wanting to take it to the Antiques Roadshow in England. It's so fabulous. So that was a real thrill. But every day you get amazing things come in the door, so you never know. I have a huge selection of cameras, but one of the best ones is one of the first pocket cameras from the early 1900s. So I'd never seen one before, and I'm sure camera collectors all over would love to even see it, let alone own it.
And do you offer valuations?
Yes, we offer free valuations. People often get me to go to their homes or they can bring things in and I'll value them for free.
Great, so how can people discover Arkwrights Antiques?
Well, we're on a website, anything to do with positive Paeroa. Paeroa is the antique town of New Zealand, so there's lots of talk around that. It's become a destination. Paeroa is really big on antiques, so people can find me on the corner of Hall Street and Belmont Road in Paeroa. You can't miss us, we've got all the prams outside.
Thank you very much. Wow, it's like Aladdin's cave in here. So for everything from antique jewellery and china to vintage clothing and linen, there's something for every collector. We are now at the Karangahake Gorge, which is where the 1.1 kilometre tunnel is based. Now this is a great experience for the whole family, but my one tip is to take a torch. After the break, we head to Bullswool Farm and the Waihi Beach Surf School. Voted one of Coromandel's must-dos, the Bullswool Farm and Nature Park is a family fun experience located just minutes from the Hauraki Walkway. Let's take a look around. Hi Sue, now what a stunning place to live. So tell me a bit about Bullswool Farm.
Well, what we offer is a fun and enjoyable, affordable family day out. We're a farm park, which we're set up very much to enable children and families to have lots of hands-on interaction with animals.
Okay, so let's talk a bit more about the farm. What do the kids love so much about this place?
What makes us just a bit unique is we're very much set up for children to have contact. They can get up, touch, feel, smell, and every one of our animals can be fed when they visit here. So, and we've got all sorts of animals. We've got emu, deer, cattle, sheep, pheasants, donkeys, and kids can really properly meet every single one of them.
And I hear you've received some great reviews throughout the Coromandel.
Well, yes, well we were quite excited because we were recently voted third as the best visitor attraction in the whole of the Coromandel, which we were pretty rapt about, although we prefer to think that we were voted first in the southern Coromandel.
Okay, now I see that we're outside the Bush Reserve. Tell me about this.
Well, this was started off as a conservation project for ourselves. We've got a really beautiful remnant of virgin bush, and we fenced it off to encourage bird life within our little bit of the world. And the reserve has been set up to provide an educational experience for foreign tourists and older school children. And so as you enter the reserve, we've got lots of really great information and signage just explaining about helping children learn tree identification and individual bird life. And we've also, because we're in a really interesting historical area, we've also told the story of the early New Zealand miners who obviously made such an impact on the Coromandel and are a big part of Karangahaki's story. And we've also set up, as you can see, our Golden Kauri Museum. So our museum is also talking about kauri, which is again a really important part of the Coromandel story, but it gets forgotten a bit, the early logging times.
And do you offer a combo deal for a full family day out?
Yeah, well we have a fairly structured pricing system to aim to be affordable. So if you just visit the farm park, there's a standard rate, but if you choose to do the Golden Kauri Museum and bushwalk as well, it's $5 per adult and children are free. So it's a really good value family day out.
Great, okay, so how can others discover this beautiful location?
Well, head to the beautiful and wonderful Karangahaki Gorge. We're well signposted off State Highway 2, and of course you can check us out on our website, and we're open daily, so come on in and come and enjoy us.
Thank you very much. What a perfect way to spend the day with the family at the Bullswool Farm and Nature Park in Paeroa. Well, it's turning into a stunning day. We are now on the other side of the tunnel at the Waikino station. Now, this is the point where you can either carry on cycling or take advantage of the vintage train through to Waihi. But for us, we're heading through to Waihi Beach. Let's go. If you have always had the dream of ripping down the beach on your surfboard, then the Waihi Beach Surf School is the best place to start. Let's go and meet the team.
Hi Amy, how you going?
Good.
Welcome to Waihi Beach Surf School.
Thank you.
And New Zealand's safest surf destination. Hope you enjoy the action we got on for you today, and we're going to get you up and riding in no time.
Oh, sounds good. With over 20 years experience, Aidan and his team of fully qualified surf instructors will have you living that dream, soaking up the sun on your board. Waihi Beach is recognised as one of the safest surfing destinations in all of New Zealand, making it perfect for beginner and intermediate surfers. from large groups to individuals to school camps. The Waihi Beach Surf School also take over 100 kids a week, offering a great educational program for schools. Lessons begin from just $80 with all equipment provided all year round. Just contact the team through their website beachsurfschool.co.nz or head on down to the north end of Waihi Beach and meet the team. So go on, take the plunge and get in contact with the team at the Waihi Beach Surf School. Situated on the beautiful Waihi Beach is the Flat White Cafe. Now, after a whole day of soaking up the sun, I'm ready for a cool drink. So let's go and find Andy. Hi Andy, now what a beautiful place to sit and enjoy a coffee. So tell me about the range here at Flat White Cafe.
Well Amy, we pretty much cater for everything. The cafe's been going for 9 years now, so when I first came here, it's one of those places, it's one of the few places on the beach, so I made the decision to try and cater for everything, for everybody. So we do pizzas, we do burgers, we do a range of evening meals. We're open 364 days a year for breakfast, lunch and dinner. We do takeaway milkshakes, ice creams, you name it.
Well, it all sounds delicious. So what are some of your more famous dishes?
Probably our most famous dish would be our lamb shanks. We've been cooking them 3 times a week for 9 years now, so we've pretty much got a handle on how to cook them best of all. But also, being a beachfront cafe, we have a great range of fresh fish, and particularly with the tourists, being in New Zealand, just having fresh fish is a real bonus.
Yeah, I can imagine. So what would you say is unique about this cafe?
Its location. There's very few, if any, beachfront cafes anywhere in New Zealand. And I don't know where that stems from. Perhaps it was the old Kiwi batch mentality where we didn't really need a restaurant. Well, it was before cafes and before restaurants. So there's so few commercial properties right on a beach anywhere, and particularly on a beach like this.
Yeah, it is a stunning location. And do you hold functions?
We've been doing a lot more functions over the last 4 or 5 years. Last year we hosted 28 weddings. Right out the front here, we put a big marquee up over the front section. I'm hoping to have a permanent structure built right on the beach by the end of this year, so we'll have a lot more of those types of functions. Corporates as well have been coming down and treating it as a weekend, so small to medium businesses, maybe 20 or 30 of them coming away for the weekend, cycling the rail trail, staying at one of the holiday parks, or renting a house or houses, and then coming out for dinner.
And do you cater to those who are dairy or gluten intolerant?
We cater to everybody, but particularly those who are gluten-free and dairy-free intolerant, or dairy intolerant. We have over half our cabinet is gluten-free, but we cater to everyone from halal people through to the gluten people, everybody.
So tell me, why should people come and enjoy Waihi Beach?
Well, there's just so much to do down here. We have 12 kilometres away, we've got the Hauraki Rail trail that's been open for just about 18 months now, so people can cycle from as far away as Thames and Paeroa through to Paeroa, through to Waihi, and we're only 11 or 12 kilometres from there. We've got one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, even better than this, 2 kilometres around the bay, Arkwright Bay. There's walks through the bush, you can cycle everywhere. There's not only the Flat White Cafe, but there's a load of other good cafes and restaurants around here. So there's just a lot of opportunity for people to come and relax, and the slogan for Waihi Beach, or our logo, is "It's about time," and it's about time to relax, it's about time to spend time with family, and it's about all those things.
Great, so Andy, how can customers enjoy a coffee at the Flat White Cafe?
Well, we're located at 21 Shore Road, Waihi Beach. So we're right on the beachfront, we're not down in the north end, we're right in the middle, a little bit difficult to find, but if you ask any local, they'll tell you where to get to. We also have a website, that's the flatwhitecafe.co.nz, and we're available on everything else, Facebook as well, so all of the social media we're available on.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you. So for a delicious meal and a view you just can't beat, head on into the Flat White Cafe at Waihi Beach. With such a beautiful beach just a short stroll from your tent or cabin, the Waihi Beach Top 10 Holiday Resort is the perfect location for the ultimate holiday. Let's take a look around. Hi Ian, now what an amazing location. So tell me what's available here for those who stay at the Top 10 Holiday Resort?
Probably 2 words, choice and definitely opportunity. So you can choose what you want to do here. It gives the person who wants to be active to come and be active here. If you want a holiday, you can come and have a real holiday. And the beauty is, particularly for mums, that they can come here and relax for a change because there's so much going on for the family. But it means mum, dad and everybody has time out, which is what holidays are all about.
And can you tell me about the different accommodation options that are available here?
Well, being a camping ground initially, and then a holiday park, and then a holiday resort, we actually have a whole range of opportunities. So you can choose whether you want to camp under canvas, you can choose whether you want to stay in a basic cabin, and just recently Top 10 launched a new brand called Top Motels, and so our motel product is qualified by Qualmark, and all of our motel product is 4.5 stay here. So you have the bells and whistles, everything there at a price, but you choose.
And I see that you've got a great range to keep the kids occupied and keep mum and dad relaxing.
So there's always something happening. For example, we've got Easter coming up soon, and we have an adults event, and we also have a kids event. So the kids event, of course, is around Easter eggs, and each year we have about 3,500 Easter eggs hidden. And of course it's like the Pied Piper when we take them out of the park to a reserve where they go looking for their Easter eggs. Every school holidays we have teachers come in and run our kids club program, so it gives mum and dad again time out and the kids get fully involved. Our facilities include a kids time out room with games in it and TV and activities there. We even have our own popcorn machine so the kids can go to the movies at night and bring their cup and have their own cup of popcorn. So it's all about that whole experience, but even from our youngest ones, we have an under 5s family room, underfloor heating, indoor playground, full kids bathroom, all part of it. So it doesn't matter how old your kids are, there's something for them, whether they be 0 to 1 to 2, right through until they're 14, 15 with our playground. Jumping pillow, of course, this was the first one in New Zealand that was built here, and of course that's a real hit because like a trampoline you can put a lot more people on, so you can have mums and dads on with their kids. So we also try and get our parents interacting with their kids as much as possible.
What a great way to ensure that everyone has a great holiday. Now, what else is unique about this place?
Well, I like to argue it's the oldest holiday park in New Zealand. So I have photos back to 1899 with tents in this area, and of course it was where the miners came. And they mined the headland around behind us for a brief period. And then as the mining developed in Waihi, this became their holiday destination. And in fact, in the Hinamuri newspaper back in 1923, they called Waihi Beach the Waihi Beach Resort. And on the premise, the argument in the paper was that if you can't get well anywhere in New Zealand, this place you certainly could, because the experience is just so fantastic in terms of recharging your batteries and having a break. So that's really unique. We also have some wonderful eels here, which our international guests love because they've never seen them. We can have up to 100 eels in the creek, which we feed, and of course the kids love seeing them as well. And of course, all the beautiful native fauna that we have here. I mean, some of our paeroas are over 400 years old, and so the park is just really blessed to have so many beautiful natural elements to it, from the bush right through to the beach and the sea.
Now Ian, we know that Waihi Beach is a great place for a holiday for its beauty. So what else can people get up to on their holiday?
Just about anything at all. In fact, we're finding more families coming here and using us as a base, particularly during winter because we have some great deals on them. But you can travel an hour and a half to Auckland, 40 minutes to Tauranga, hour and a half over the hill to Hamilton Rotorua. But even close by, you've got the Hauraki Rail Trail, which has been a great hit, and we're seeing a lot of our cyclists coming and staying here at the end of a long day. Nothing like getting in a hot spa and chilling out. And we've got the gold mine, of course, which is only 10 k's up the road, and there's fantastic walks around it, plus a gold mine experience at the information centre. We've got the old train rides into the Krangheki Gorge, and of course the Krangheki Gorge has some fantastic walks that kids love because they go through tunnels, torches, and there's lots of walks, some long, some short, but there's just so much for them to do, as well as the beach, of course. We have great eateries around here. There's probably, stay here for 5 nights and you could eat at a different eatery every night, and they're all good quality. So there is a whole range of things to do.
Great, so how can campers make a booking?
Well, there's several ways. Obviously we're online, and our website is www.waihibeach.com. And of course our deals are up there as well, and we've often got deals up there. You can ring our 0800 number, 0800 92 448. And of course it's really important to look out over the winter period because of our swimming pool here. It's heated all year round to 28 degrees. Spa pool, 38, 39 degrees. Underfloor heating right through all our facilities. It's just a great time to come, and some great deals to be had.
So whether you're off for a romantic getaway or an action-packed family holiday, the Waihi Beach Top 10 Holiday Park has everything you need. Well, I hope you've enjoyed discovering businesses near the Hauraki Rail Trail. This really is a beautiful place for your next getaway. Make sure you tune in again next week as we head over to Rotorua. See you then. Bye.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.